do we think it is okay for any human being to be in full control of another fully grown adult's life?
Can we talk about life, love,
Hi, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Life, Love, and Relationships. The normal trajectory of the human life is to be born into a family. Whether as a boy or as a girl, a child is born. The parents or guardians of this child are in complete control of shaping and forming this child. Decisions are made for this child, whether he likes it or not. And at a certain age, for some of us 18, for some of us 21, that child becomes independent enough to start making his or her own decisions and would have to face the consequences of those decisions. For whatever reason that is best known to certain societies, this right has become some sort of privilege that is given to only one gender. The other gender would have to grow up, even when they formed their own thoughts, their own minds, their own value system, whatever it is that is going on in their mind. These things are formed, and when it is time for them to enter the world and explore these things to become their own person, the right that should be given to them has now become a certain privilege that is given to only to a type of gender. Now, this gender cannot make organic decisions. Why? Because certain power has been given to other people to make decisions on their behalf, even though they are adults. And the law does not spare them of facing the consequences of their actions. But we fail to understand that because certain economic power has been denied of this gender, it is difficult to make real organic decisions to really help them to enter the adulthood stage of their lives, where they can explore their thought, they can truly explore their world, they can truly work their giftings and bless the world with the giftings that has been gifted to them by our Creator. Imagine what it is to have ideas, to have things, giftings that you want to share with the world. But for whatever reason, you are not able to express this. Put yourself in the shoes of this human being and see what it feels like to never have an outlet. There is no hope for an outlet to explore the things that you know you can do, to even begin to work your giftings. And yet, there are issues in the world that each of us has been purposed to come and to serve the world with, regardless of whether these giftings, these ideas, the solutions that we have for the world, regardless of whether they bring economic opportunities for us or not. But just imagine a world where truly both genders are free or are given opportunity to express the giftings in our lives. The real impact of this is that you find that there are certain human beings who have come to the world with purpose, with giftings, but were never given the opportunity to express these giftings. So they go back to their Creator with these things. This is the real impact of gender inequality. Deciding that a gender should not have opportunity to express their giftings, should not have opportunity to economic power, to be denied this right that we would rather call a privilege that is given to only a particular gender. This should not be. We should change ourselves as a community when we do this. The real power, or should I say, one of the best gifts that we can give to ourselves as a human race is liberation. Liberation of the mind. Liberation to explore our giftings. And it should never be for one gender alone. We are all humans at the end of the day with ideas, vibrating with ideas, with thoughts, with solutions to the world's greatest or smallest problems. Everyone should be given a right. Imagine a world where a child has grown up to 18, certain decisions have been made on his or her behalf. And now that child grows up and the baton to make the decisions that should be owned by her is now passed to another man. Why do we think it is okay for any human being to be in full control of another fully grown adult's life. I'm talking about economic opportunity. The fact that a woman cannot have access to economic opportunity, cannot have her own money, cannot make her own decisions, we are inevitably saying that a right as a human being is contingent upon how another person feels about her, how another person decides how to treat her, how another person is leading his or her own life. This should never be the case. When a child grows up to a certain age, that power to be independent, to make his or her own decisions, to explore her giftings, to be given economic opportunity, should never be put in the hands of another human being. As a girl, if you're in a position to make that decision for yourself, realize that there are many girls around the world, there are many women around the world, adult women around the world, who do not have access to this right. So if you do have access to this right, understand that that is not something you should ever put in the hands of another. Why? Because it helps you to make real organic decisions. You can own your life as a human being. If you have the opportunity to make the decision for yourself, please do. It has much more impact than you may ever know. Do not put your entire life into another person's hands. It may seem little, but I tell you, the power to make real organic decisions, to truly make decisions in line with your personal value system, in line with your desire, is one of the best gifts that you would ever give to yourself. Is one of the power, is one of the greatest power that you would ever own as a woman. And for those girls and women around the world who do not have access to this right, who live in the world where this right has become a privilege, clearly the world has failed in this regard. And I hope someday the world gets it. We get it. We understand that we are shortchanging ourselves and we can empower every human being, regardless of the gender. Every human being can truly be liberated to have access to economic opportunities. Thank you for listening to this episode of Life, Love, and Relationships. I do hope that this would encourage you to give opportunities to girls in your life, just as you're giving the boys in your life opportunity to education and economic power. Thank you. See you next week with all my love. Bye.
and relationship.